I would like to request Fiza ma'am to present her research paper.
Greetings of the day. I, Assistant Professor Fiza Shaikh of BMS Department of Thakur Shyamnarayan Degree College, welcomes you all. Today, I'm going to present a research paper on traveling issues faced by commuters in Mumbai. And I would like to thank my research guide, Assistant Professor Soni Singh ma'am, who is the coordinator of BMS department. She guided me throughout this research. So, this research paper gives an idea about the issues faced by the commuters during traveling and the quality of work life that affected due to these problems in day-to-day life. The major goal of this research paper is to gain a knowledge of the total hours that an individual spends on a daily basis and the problems faced by the commuters. Overcrowded transport, less frequency of transport, traffic, time consumption, and pollution are the various problems that commuters face during their daily travel. Mumbai, the front runner in public transport and congestion. India's transport sector is large and diverse. It caters to the transport needs of 1.3 billion people. Mumbai has historically had a greater public transportation model share than the majority of other cities in the world. It also reported having the worst traffic in the world in 2017, 18, 19, and 20 when it ranked fourth. Now, the data that I have collected is from 130 commuters all over Mumbai. This data was collected through Google Forms, and the link of Google Forms was sent to 130 commuters who were representative of the entire population because they are either the working population or college students or daily commuters for their jobs. The commuters participated with great enthusiasm in this research survey, and I would like to thank all of them for providing me with this data. In order to bring variety, the data was collected from commuters belonging to various fields such as professionals, college students, working individuals, etc., who travel daily. Now, the research methodology, it means the research findings that I have got out of this research paper or this research. When the respondents were being questioned about the frequency of their travel, like how frequently they travel, we can conclude through the survey that 68.5% individuals are daily commuters, whereas 17.7% people travel weekly. 8.5 of the respondents travel only once in a while, and 5.4% travel monthly. So from this research survey, we can figure out that more than 26% of the respondents travel more than 20 kilometers for their daily work. So this is actually a big data that traveling more than 20 kilometers in a day for work is a long journey for them. They travel a lot in one single day. 24.6% individuals travel less than 5 kilometers daily, might be because their place of work or college is near. 17.7% of the respondents travel 15 to 20 kilometers per day. 16.2% respondents travel 10 to 15 kilometers every day, whereas 15.4% of the commuters who participated in this research travel 5 to 10 kilometers every day for their work. Now, when the commuters or when the respondents were being questioned about the time taken by them to reach their destination, 52.3% commuters responded saying that they spend less than 1 hour every day in traveling and reaching their destinations. Now, this data was collected from commuters in Mumbai. So, 52.3% commuters travel every day and it takes less than 1 hour for them to travel and reach their destination. 37.7% of the respondents spent 1 or 2 hours, between 1 to 2 hours they travel, and in order to reach their destinations. 6.2% of the respondents take 2 to 3 hours to travel their destination. And lastly, the most important is 3.8% of the respondents, which is a very less figure comparatively, they take more than 3 hours to travel their destination. Now, this may be due to heavy traffic or long routes, so there may be many reasons to it. Now we come to the mode of transport that commuters use during their travel. Which is the mode of transport? As you can see in the chart, the maximum of 38.5% people travel by train, or they prefer train to travel. This might be because it's a cheap transport, it's the fast transport. So 38.5% prefer traveling by train every day. Then 18.5% of the commuters use bus for traveling. Again, the reasons might be the same. This is the road transport. Then 14.6% of the commuters use two-wheelers. It may be their private vehicles. 9.2% people prefer auto rickshaw, might be because they travel very nearby, so that's why they prefer auto rickshaws. And 8.5% people use other modes of transport. What are the problems? Now, coming to the actual problems that the commuters face while traveling, this is the actual base of our research. While traveling, there are various issues that commuters face. The biggest problem that they face is overcrowding or overcrowded transportation. 60% people or the commuters face overcrowding problems. Now, we can see in buses and trains, whenever we go, we find a lot of crowd, and it becomes a bit difficult for us to enter inside the bus or train. So, overcrowding is the major problem that commuters face. Next is 51.5% people face huge traffic, and this results in their traveling issue. As we know that traffic is definitely a very big issue in Mumbai. Wherever you go, you will be late and you won't be able to reach on time just because of the traffic issues that we are facing these days. 37.7% of people feel that time consumption is a big issue. Now, time consumption means they spend a lot of time during their travel. This might be because of the traffic issues, or it might be due to the long hours they take or long journeys of destination. So, this is the issue that 37.7% people face. Then 30% of commuters feel pollution is also a major problem during travel, as gases are released from vehicles, which is very harmful for our health. 21.5% of the people feel that modes of transports are expensive. Might be because they are traveling through expensive modes, so they feel the rates has to be increased, has to be decreased. 20% commuters feel the lack of transport frequency, as they couldn't get on time. They are always late because there is very less frequency of buses, trains, or whatever modes of transport they are traveling. Now, there are certain solutions. As we know, if there is a problem, there is definitely a solution. So, when asked about the solutions, the respondents have answered saying that 61.5% people believe that their problems could be solved by increasing the number of public transport. If the frequency or the number of public transport is increased, this will lead to solution of their problems. 32.3% of people want the fare prices to be reduced. Now, they believe that the current prices of the fare is very high, so they want to reduce it in order to solve their problems. 31.5% commuters believe that use of EV, that is electric vehicles, could be an alternative solution to their problem. 32.3% of people feel that they should select nearby areas of work in order to avoid the traveling issues, because might be their place of work is very far away from their actual residence, so they should select nearby areas or places of work. 14.6% of people believe that carpooling should be done. Carpooling means 4 to 5 people coming together in one car and then they are going to the workplace or destination. Instead of individually going, they carpool and come together and then they go. So this should be done according to 14.6% of the people. Lastly, coming to a conclusion, as we know that Mumbai is a civilized city despite being packed and congested with traffic, if a very few simple principles are faithfully observed, getting around is easy. The efficient public transportation system is accessible and reasonably priced. Mumbai's suburban train system runs without a hitch throughout the day. In comparison to other Indian states, Maharashtra's capital city has the largest organized bus transportation system. Mumbai residents even prefer using public transportation because the city's gridlock limits their desire to churn through the streets. So, with this, I would like to thank all the patient listeners who listened to my presentation and all those people who were involved in my research study who provided me with the primary data. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you, Fiza ma'am. Your research paper was very informative.
Hence, I would like to call upon Hitanshu Joshi to present his research paper.
Hello viewers, my name is Hitanshu Joshi, presenting to study of impact of startup on Indian economy. Abstract keywords: startup, Indian economy. In introduction, in order to support and encourage our nation youth entrepreneurs, the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi announced the launch of Startup India in August 2015. He envisaged the initiative goals as making India into a startup nation, a country of job creators instead of job seekers, instead of a country of job searchers. Role of startup to increase economic growth. Startup will create more jobs, creation of wealth, better standard of living, increase in GDP. Research design. There are three types of research design: exploratory research design, discriminative research design, casual research design in the study. I have taken discriminative research design. Source of data. There are two types of data, primary data and secondary data. In this research, I have taken secondary data for the study. Data collection tool. I have used RBI reports, research publication, newspapers, reports of tips, etc. for the study. Conclusion. Startups can change the world and in coming years, more and more startups will grow with innovation and creativity. Entrepreneurship is the only way to enhance the economic growth of a nation, and a small idea can be turned into big innovation solution which can change your future. So if you have an idea, do not block your dreams because of fear of failure and taking risks. Thank you.
Thank you, Hitanshu, for presenting your research paper. Now, I would like to call upon Priyansh Jain to present his research paper.
Hey everyone, my name is Priyansh. I am from SYF-BMS. My today's research topic is to study the research on risk management in India. Introduction. Risk management in Indian banks is relatively to new techniques, mitigating all the risk and benefits of the products and service the bank offers, which therefore be a crucial part of the risk management framework. The necessity of an effective framework for risk management is crucial in order to take both internal and external threats into an account. There are three types of risk: liquidity risk, interest rate risk, and market risk. What does this risk mean? Liquidity risk occurs when an individual investor, business, or financial institution cannot meet its short-term debt obligations. The investors or the entity might be unable to convert an asset into the cash without giving up capital and income due to the lack of buyers and inefficient market. Interest rate risk refers to interest rate and the risk that arises for bonds owners from fluctuating interest rates. How much rate risk a bond has depends on how much sensitivity it's priced to interest rate changes in the market. Third is market risk. Market risk is a risk of loss of financial investment caused by adverse price movements. Next is the data analysis on the all the three risks by responses by the people, survey conducted and responses by the people. Next is conclusion. Risk management emphasizes the idea that a company ability to forces change and see plan for it rather than simply react when it occurs as a crucial and to existence. Committees like this that can handle risk management issues include the asset liability, credit policies, and risk management committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Priyansh, for presenting your research paper. Now I would like to call upon Kshitij Nelwal to present his research paper.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kshitij Nerwal, and my topic for the research paper is Sustainability of Shipping Business in India and Analysis. Introduction. According to the Ministry of Shipping, around 95% of India's trading by volume and 70% by value is done through maritime transport. India has 12 major and 205 notified minor and intermediate ports. Under the National Perspective Plan for Sagarmala, 6 new mega ports will be developed in the country. India has always been a hub of export and imports due to various reasons. Scope of sustainability in shipping. Increasing vessel efficiency. When it comes to increasing vessel efficiency, the scope for and value of sustainability is tremendous. Use of sustainable alternatives. Use of sustainable alternative fuels has emerged as the leading solution to curbing greenhouse gas emissions and meeting the sustainability goals for the maritime sector. Thank you.
Thank you, Kshitij, for presenting your research paper. Now I would like to call upon Aman Mishra to present his research paper.
My name is Aman Mishra, and my topic for the research paper was a study on the relationship between supermassive black hole and neutron and the known universe. So, what is a supermassive black hole? Supermassive black hole, in short, are gigantic astronomical objects that are mostly in the center of the galaxy, and from which even light cannot escape. Neutron star is a type of black hole, but smaller in shape and denser. Like one spoonful of neutron star will be around Mount Everest. So these were the question asked in the research paper, and the general findings were taken from 15 to 20 people, all from physics background. These were the questions. The conclusion from the paper was that supermassive black hole and neutron star do exist in the universe, but we do not have to worry because the nearest black hole is 25,000 light years away. So in near future, there is no chance of Earth getting attacked from these supermassive giants. And this was my paper. Thank you.
Thank you, Aman, for your knowledgeable research paper. Now I would like to call upon Shyam to present his research paper.
My name is Shyamnarayan from SY-BMS-A. My topic is the study on manager skill impacts on entrepreneurship. To run a successful business, the entrepreneur needs to have a wide range of abilities. The entrepreneurial development essentially provides a person with the necessary knowledge and information for starting up a business and strengthening his entrepreneurship talents. Keywords are manager skill, entrepreneurship development, entrepreneurs, and business success. The entrepreneurship creates a job for the others as well as an entrepreneur. The entrepreneurs are not only a job consumer, they are also a employment producers. Examples of entrepreneurship skills: business management skills, teamwork and leadership, financial skills, and critical thinking skills. Manager skills for entrepreneurs. The goal of the article is to assist the small business owners in understanding the importance of key managerial abilities in both himself and his employees. The three main groups of skills required for entrepreneur: the technical skill, business management, and personal entrepreneur. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shyam, for presenting your research paper. Now I would like to call upon Ayush Gupta to present the research paper.
Hi everyone, my name is Ayush Gupta. I am from SY-BMS. My roll number is 28 and my topic is to study the impact on international capital market caused by COVID-19. Abstract. This article analyzes the main trends in securities issuance activity on international markets in 2020, a year in which capital markets were very buoyant despite the COVID-19 crisis. Keywords: issues, international markets, COVID-19. Introduction. Financial market developments in 2020 were marked by the COVID-19 crisis, which decisively affected the behavior of capital markets. Activity on the bond issuance market. Gross bond issues at the international level were very high in 2020 compared with previous years, influenced by this rise in issues by the public sector and by non-financial corporation (NFCS). Public debt markets in developed countries. There was a very marked increase in gross issues by the public sector in the developed countries in 2020, with a record high being posted. Non-bank private fixed income market in developed countries. 2020 fixed income issues by NFCS on capital markets rose strongly and reached an unprecedented volume. By region, the increases were across the board with notable growth in the United States and the United Kingdom. Gross issues by non-financial corporations in the developed economies. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ayush, for presenting your research paper. Now I would like to call upon Gaurav Vedi to present your research paper.
Vaidehi Gaurav. My topic is factors affecting employee engagement, and abstract is engagement, human resources strategies, organization, performance, and retention. Introduction is: in this analysis, we examine a number of criteria that affect a company's employment engagement. These are likewise frequently referred to as an engagement drivers. Today, leadership has made employee engagement a top focus while they persistently look for new ways to maintain their workforce and active. A productive employee is one who is engaged, does not commonly change jobs, and more crucially, the permanent representative of the business. Drive employment engagement. Leader engagement, job engagement, team engagement, organizational engagement. Companies with highly engaged staff offer providing enough learning chances for their staff, build skills, pick up knowledge, and achieve their potential. Organizations benefit from career developing practices, retaining skilled personnel but simultaneously offering personal growth possibilities. Talent management done right. Culture that encourages employee engagement values the diversity in the range of abilities and skills the workers and encourages them to strive for a realize the future's vision. Management. More employees are engaged with the organization when they observe other complementing them. They have the leadership's attention and their immediate managers. For instance, private conversations. Company's code of conduct. Behaviors, the moral principles of a company influence engagement of a worker, the level of staff preparation to promote the company's offerings and goods based on how they view the services quality and products. Increased employee engagement also related with greater consumer engagement levels. Employee engagement ideas. conversation. Because various employees place varied emphasis on different factors, there is no one fixed model that demonstrates the relevance and significance of the influence of all these variables. These elements affecting participation. Finality, the additionally research demonstrates the employee engagement leads to a decrease in individuals' intention to quit their jobs and an increase creative work related behavior. No matter how high quality a training program may be, engaging employees requires a long term strategy and cannot be achieved in one training session. Companies may raise engagement by encouraging.
Thank you so much, Gaurav Vaidhi, for presenting your research paper. Now I would like to call upon Dhairya Panchal to present his research paper.
Hello and good afternoon. I am Dhairya Panchal from SYBMS, roll number 78. The topic of my research paper is to study the impact of multiple pricing strategies on consumer purchasing behavior. The research that I have done shows how the consumers react to different types of pricing strategies that are used by the firms. When the store alter or change the price of a particular product and adopt new pricing strategies or new pricing procedures, the consumer's expectations shift. These marketing strategies techniques draw both the current and potential clients or consumers. This type of pricing strategy involves selling the same product at various rates. The telecom service providers can be taken as an example here, as they provide the same set of services, the same quality of services at different price rates. So, say different firms such as Jio, Vodafone and Airtel charge different amount of prices for the services that they provide. In order to save money, some of the consumers shift from one network provider to another, while some use the same network provider due to their brand loyalty, or in simple terms it can be explained as the amount of trust that they have in their particular brand that they are using. The consumers don't even realize that they are paying more, significantly more to be honest, for the same set of services that are being provided by the other companies. Same can be said for fashion brands as well. The research that I've done shows the behavior of the consumers and the way that they react to their pricing strategies. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you so much, Dhairya, for presenting your research paper. Now I would like to call upon Umang Panchal to present his research paper.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Umang Panchal from SYBMS-B. My roll number is 79. The topic of my research paper is effect of employee benefits. The research which we have done shows the study which concludes the employee benefits effects of the productivity. It is important for everyone in the organization to share common view, whether they are employer or employees, on its purpose, direction to notify and guide decisions. The employee benefits need to increase to cover all its employees in the organization or a firm. The increase all the cover employees engagement, their work will make a big difference in the productivity of a company. The purpose of the employees benefit is to increase the financial safety of our employees. The employees benefits is very non-wage labor cost paid to employees regardless and regular wages and allowance. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you so much, Umang, for presenting your research paper. Now I would like to call upon Parag to present his research paper.
Hello friends, my name is Parag Mugutra and my today's research paper topic is to study the impact of entrepreneurship development. First, going with the abstract, a great entrepreneur must be able to effective communication, self-force, learn and strategize good communication skills and maybe the four most important skills of all managers to own. Second is keywords, conceptual skills, business, success, entrepreneurship. Third is introduction. Entrepreneurship may be a process of bringing together creative and innovative ideas, combining them with the management and organizing skills in order to combine people, money, resources to meet identified need and thereby create wealth. Third is literature. Fourth is literature review. In reviewing the literature, some studies have addressed the role of entrepreneurship skills on the performance of entrepreneurs. As an example, to write conduct by Smith WL at 2007 will be criticized here during this study. Management skills are mentioned because of the skills need to prepare the work on day-by-day basis. Objectives, time management, opportunity recognition, business planning, information gathering. Fifth is research methodology. It is specified it is the specific or technique used to identify, select, process, and analyze information about topic. In a research paper, the methodology section allows the reader to critically evaluate a study overall validity and reliability. For and then it is entrepreneurship, time management, and opportunity recognition, business planning, information gathering, and six is conclusion. The conclusion is entrepreneurship will be viewed as a recognition, change, pursuing opportunities, seizing risk and responsibility, innovation, making better use of resources, creating new value and the meaningful to customers, and doing the everywhere again and again managerial skills. And the suggestion our manager need to myriad of interconnecting general management skills, and here are the graph references and link.
Thank you so much, Parag, for presenting your research paper. Now I would like to call upon Sajid Khan to present his research paper.
I, Sajid Zainul Khan from class SY-BMS. My roll number is 50 and my mentor is Vandana Mathur ma'am. My topic is strategic management and planning. In strategic management and planning, what is performance management? Performance management is the process of ensuring that a set of activities and outputs meets an organization's goals and aims in an effective and efficient manner. The purpose of management is creative a pathway through which employees become aware of the contribution and part to the organization, addresses development issues in the organizations and recognize skills and knowledge development required in the organizations of the company, creates debates for the organization to collect all information concerning to the employees of the and staffs of the organizations. The uh, various employment decisions such as training and skills program like promotion, demotion, increase or decrease in compensation, etc. is taken. The performance management of the organization refers like visioning, goal setting, business planning, strategic management of strategic planning, analyzing results, measuring success, rewarding people, forecasting, business planning. It refers like performance management, also goal setting, visioning, strategic planning, business planning, forecasting, measuring success of the aims like forecasting people's, we wearing people's, analyzing results. Thank you so much.
For now, I would like to call upon Jeet Khanna to present his research paper. Thank you, Jeet, for presenting your research paper. Now, I would like to call upon Shreyansh Shah to present his research paper.
Good morning to each and everyone present over here. My name is Shreyan Shah. I am from class SY-BMS-B division. We are here to study the impact of GST on the Indian economy. The genesis of the introduction of the GST in the country was laid down in the historic budget speech of 20th February 2006, when the financial minister laid down 1st April 2010 as the date of introduction of the GST in the country. But it was laid down on July 2017. Goods and service tax, or we all known as the GST, is an indirect tax which is used in India on the supply of goods and services. GST is replaced existing multiple taxes levied by the central and the state government. The GST is meant to replace a slew of indirect taxes with federated taxes and therefore is expected to revive the 2.4 trillion economy. But its implementation has received the criticism from the introduction of itself. The objective of this research paper is to understand the concept of GST, to know the benefits and challenges of GST, and to study the impact of GST on different sectors in India. The research methodology used in this research paper is both descriptive and explanatory. Here are the few sectors which showed tremendous growth after the impact of GST in India. The first one is e-commerce, then comes the pharmaceutical companies, then comes the telecommunication company, and the last but not least, the textile, which holds for around 10% of the total export of India. Every single thing that is implemented in a country has its own pros and cons. The GST also had its own pros and cons. The GST had brought uniformity in taxes, it helped in economic development of the country, and improved the liquidity of the businesses. But on the other hand, the small and the marginal producers were eliminated. The small businesses communities expressed serious frustration over these issues. There are also reports that the GST will increase record keeping at all levels of the purchase and sale of goods and services, which will in further increase the operating cost and for small and marginal producers. The conclusion of this research paper is the following. The GST is a very notable step in the development of the economy. It simplifies the industry taxation. It also makes Indian products competitive in the global market. A change is never easy for a country, but the government is trying to make the GST very simple and self-explanatory. For all these sectors, the government is trying to make a GST a breakthrough in the tax reform and not a fear of tax and anxiety. Here are some suggestions according to me and GST implementation in India. The petroleum and electricity and the alcoholic beverages are exempt from GST, which accounts for almost 35 to 40% of the country's GDP's contribution. This implementation could contribute to country's inflationary spiral. The GST is a tax reform, but its implementation would have to wait until the entrepreneurs fully understand the ins and outs of this tax. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Shreyansh, for presenting your research paper. Now, I would like to call upon Omkar Sharma to present his research paper.
Hello, my name is Omkar Sharma. I am from SYBMSB, roll number 104, and today I am going to present on the topic of to study foreign direct investment inflows in India. My mentor name is Ma'am Shana Sheikh. We'll start with the introduction. Global investment and production are now better, more affordable, and more rapid than they were before. The current industrial revolution, which is fueled by frontier technologies, automation, digital development. Numerous prospects for economic progress and sustainable development are provided by 42 Journal of General Management Research. Over the past 35 years, there has been a sharp increase in the foreign direct investment. Last 35 years, there is a sharp increase in the foreign direct investment. The growth of foreign direct investment has gone upwards. Uh, FDI is the global economy. According to the Singh et al. In 2012, one of the major benefits of globalization in the past has been the expansion and dispersal of FDI among nations, which has had considerable beneficial impact on the labor productivity of local enterprises. It has also impact on the labor productivity of local enterprises, means not so big enterprises but also on local enterprises. Objectives: the main reason of this is the Indian FDI regulation are more lakhs. India now ranks among the top 100 countries in the world for business ease. The amount of FDI that entered India in 2014-15 was 45.15 billion. It has been rising steadily since. Furthermore, from 266.21 billion in 2007 to 14 to 440.01 billion in 14 to 21. Overall, FDI inflow climbed by 65.3% and FDI equity inflow increased by 60.6%. The main content. Prior to liberalization, India has created its FDI policy with a great deal of caution and consideration. With the founding of the British East Company, the history of foreign direct investment in India can be traced. From starting onwards, it can be traced. In India, India received British money throughout the colonial era. The majority of FDI before independence came from British business. Japanese business started operating the Indian market after the Second World War. Following independence, policymakers began to pay more attention to concerns involving foreign capital MNCs. These are some surveys done by me through people. Now let's move to the suggestion part. The advancement of knowledge, skill, technology, experts, employment and management are just few advantages that the FDI will offer to India. However, MNC could cause a cash outflow from India. Foreign businesses will present fierce competition on for Indian business. Foreign business are the fierce competitor of Indian businessmen and Indian businesses. FDI in the retail sector would subject domestic retail dealers to unfair competition, eventually resulting in job losses. Conclusion. It has been discovered that FDI inflows into.
Thank you so much, Omkar, for presenting your research paper. Now I would like to call upon Harpreet to present her research paper.
Hello, all. My name is Harpreet Gulati, and my roll number is 133. My topic is current scenario of logistics, supply chain, and distribution management in India. IBP, Integrated Business Planning, is a process for translating desired business outcomes into financial and operational resources. So IBP has different types of targets, which are revenue and demand, service levels, cash flow, and so on. Why IBP is required? So IBP is required to overcome the challenges supply chain professionals face in today's complex business scenario. Less visibility upstream to entire suppliers, international cross-border transportation, and so on. The review literature, adoption of supply chain management practices in industries has steadily increased since the 1980s. Supply chain management is a network of facilities that produce raw material, transform them into intermediate goods, and then final products. Research methodology. The IBP, Integrated Business Planning, is evolving to an autonomous, dynamic planning, integrated business planning that is developing to independent, active planning, and so on. So I would like to conclude, as they have improved strategic business alignment and culture via better cross-functional coordination, reduced rework, and increased employee productivity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Harpreet, for presenting your research paper. Now I would like to call upon Kashish to present her research paper.
Hello, greetings to all. I am Kashish Raju Sharma from TSDC Thakur Shyamnarayan College, Kandivali. I am in SYBMS roll number 138. Today, I am going to explain about my research paper. The topic is e-waste, current research and future perspective of development. Let's see something more about this. The increasing use of electronic products is impacted by rapidly evolving technologies and rising consumer purchasing power. The increased consumption has an impact on the environment and the surroundings, whether it's through a extraction of raw materials or you can say garbage products after product use. So, the term e-waste or waste of electronics and electric equipment refers to all components, sub-assemblies, and consumables which are part of the product at the time of discarding. There are a number of definitions provided by various references. However, it is important to note that the e-waste is an electrically powered item that is no longer wanted to the consumers and can be of any size and any function. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kashish, for presenting your research paper. Now, I would like to call upon Kunal to present his research paper.
Good morning, guys. Myself, Kunala Murray, and today we're going to study the impact of e-commerce on business. So, इस पूरे impact को समझने से पहले we should know what e-commerce actually means, because like ये बहुत ही commonly used term है marketing industry में, right? So let's just find out what it actually means. What is e-commerce? So e-commerce कोई complicated term नहीं है, बहुत ही simple term है. It's basically a short form. The full form of e-commerce is electronic commerce, which basically means buying and selling of goods or services through internet. So मैं एक simple example आपको बताता हूँ. For example, आपको एक मोबाइल फोन खरीदना है, एक बेसिक सी थिंग है, आप एक इलेक्ट्रॉनिक स्टोर में जाओगे, राइट? बट व्हाट इफ आप अपने घर बैठे बैठे वही सेम थिंग पा सको, कहीं जाने की भी जरूरत नहीं है, बस अपना फोन या कंप्यूटर खोलो, कोई ई कॉमर्स वेबसाइट पे जाओ और सेम थिंग ऑर्डर करो, एंड आई गेस विद इन अ वीक आपको वो थिंग मिल जाएगी. ऑफ कोर्स इट डिपेंड्स ऑन दी e-commerce वेबसाइट का पॉलिसी, बट स्टिल विद इन अ वीक यू विल गेट द प्रोडक्ट, कहीं जाने की भी जरूरत नहीं है. इट्स दैट कन्वीनियंट एक्चुअली. सो अभी तो हमने जान लिया ई कॉमर्स का मीनिंग, उसका डेफिनेशन, वो एग्जैक्टली क्या होता है, बट लेट्स जस्ट फाइंड आउट द इम्पैक्ट राइट नाउ. दैट्स द मेन टॉपिक ऑफ that's the main topic, I guess. So yeah, let's go. Impact of e-commerce on business. So जब से इंटरनेट आया है, पूरी दुनिया बदल गई है. I mean हर इंसान मॉडर्न हो गया, हर सब लोग, पूरी दुनिया ऑफ कोर्स मॉडर्न हो गई है. So to keep up with the audience, to keep up with the people, even बड़ी बड़ी कंपनीज, even लोकल कंपनीज अब मॉडर्नाइज होती जा रही है. I mean अभी आप देखो, हर एक कंपनी का, लिटरली हर एक कंपनी का, हर एक ब्रांड का, इवन लोकल कंपनीज ले लो आप, उनका भी एक ई कॉमर्स वेबसाइट है, ताकि वो एक लार्ज नंबर ऑफ ऑडियंस तक पहुंच सके थ्रू द इंटरनेट. क्योंकि ऑफ कोर्स सी बात है, इंटरनेट आज सब यूज करते हैं, ऑलमोस्ट सब यूज करता है. सो इट्स प्रीटी ऑब्वियस कि वो लोग ऐसा एक मीडियम यूज करे ताकि वो ज्यादा ऑडियंस तक पहुंच सके. सो या मतलब यही तो है पावर ई कॉमर्स की, दैट दे फोर्स दिस businesses from being a traditional to being an e-commerce. So that's the power of e-commerce actually. So अभी हमने पढ़ा impact, अब हम जाएंगे advantages की तरफ. So what are the advantages of e-commerce? So वैसे तो इसके बहुत से advantages है, but I mean of course ये बात है, मैं हर चीज को एक PPT में cover नहीं कर सकता. So हाँ, फिलहाल के लिए we have 3 points. So let's just go forward. Introduction of e-commerce into a business may improve market segmentation by employing demographic data. So this is basically a customer persona thing. So customer persona क्या होता है? समझो किसी कुछ कुछ नंबर ऑफ पीपल को फोन खरीदना है, एक स्पेसिफिक उन्हें फोन चाहिए. फॉर एग्जांपल एक आईफोन 14 उन्हें पसंद है, तो जो कंपनीज क्या करेगी, उन्हें एक ग्रुप में डिवाइड करेगी, फॉर एग्जांपल आईफोन 14 वालों को एक ग्रुप में लेगी, आईफोन 13 वालों को एक ग्रुप में लेगी, जिन्हें आईफोन चाहिए वो स्पेसिफिक मॉडल ऑफ कोर्स. सो दैट्स व्हाट कॉल कस्टमर पर्सोना, कि हर एक ऑडियंस को एक ग्रुप में डिवाइड करना. सो ये बहुत ही सिंपल हो जाता है अगर तुम ई कॉमर्स को यूज करो, ताकि तुम्हें पता चलता है थ्रू सेल्स एंड स्टफ कि तुम्हारी ऑडियंस को क्या पसंद है. और हाँ, एज ये सब बहुत मैटर करता है इस कस्टमर पर्सोना में, क्योंकि हर एज का, हर जेंडर का अलग पर्सपेक्टिव, अलग मतलब उन्हें चीज पसंद होती है. सो या दैट एक्चुअली मैटर्स. ई कॉमर्स विल रिड्यूस द कॉस्ट ऑफ कंडक्टिंग मार्केटिंग रिसर्च. सो जब ट्रेडिशनल एरा चल रहा था, तब लोगों को सर्वेज कंडक्ट करना पड़ते थे, एंड इट वाज काइंड ऑफ रीजन. बट अभी क्योंकि हर चीज इंटरनेट पे होती है, इट्स रियली इजी एंड लेस टाइम कंज्यूमिंग टू कंडक्ट अ मार्केटिंग रिसर्च. और तुम्हें विद इन आई गेस वीक्स में ही पता चल जाता है कि मतलब लोगों को क्या चाहिए, और समटाइम्स इट्स even even like 3 to 2 days. So yeah, that's really convenient about the e-commerce thing. The adoption of the innovation will result in a significant reduction in paperwork. Again, क्योंकि हर चीज इंटरनेट पे होती है तो पेपर ऑफ कोर्स कम यूज होगा. सो या मतलब कटिंग ऑफ ट्रीज भी कम होगा. बट इट्स रियली आयरॉनिक कि एग्जाम्स में अभी तक पेपर यूज होता है. इट्स नेवर माइंड. Let's get back to the topic. हाँ. Now we are going to talk about the disadvantages of e-commerce. अब हर चीज का एक नेगेटिव साइड रहता है और इस चीज का भी है. सो फर्स्ट लीगल इम्प्लीकेशन. सो बहुत ही लीगल इलीगल बहुत ही लीगल प्रॉब्लम्स आ सकती है ई कॉमर्स को लेके. सो या एथिकल इश्यूज. हैक हो सकता है ई कॉमर्स वेबसाइट. इट्स रियली सिंपल टू हैक क्योंकि आजकल साइबर क्राइम्स बहुत बढ़ रहे हैं. बट या ऐसे स्टेप्स भी लिए जा रहे हैं, बट स्टिल क्राइम्स तो होते ही जाएंगे. ट्रस्ट एंड ह्यूमन कॉन्टैक्ट. सो ऑफ कोर्स ये बात है, ये चीज इंटरनेट पे होती है तो कोई ह्यूमन कॉन्टैक्ट नहीं रहता. तुम एक शॉपकीपर के पास जाओगे तो तुम्हारा एक इंटरेक्शन होता है, तुम्हारा एक ट्रस्ट बिल्ड होता है. लेकिन यहाँ पे इंटरेक्शन ही नहीं है तो कैसे होगा ट्रस्ट बिल्ड. सो या दैट्स वन ऑफ इट्स प्रॉब्लम. टेक्निकल प्रॉब्लम्स एंड इमर्जिंग इनोवेशन. अब हर चीज मशीन पे होता है, ऑफ कोर्स इलेक्ट्रॉनिक गैजेट्स है तो उसमें एक टेक्निकल इशू आ सकता है. इट्स नॉट रेयर एक्चुअली. इट्स pretty often, but yeah, it can happen. Compatibility problem. अब हर इंसान केपेबल नहीं है ई कॉमर्स वेबसाइट यूज करने के लिए. फॉर एग्जाम्पल हमारे दादा दादी हो गए, अभी उन्हें बिठा दो तुम वेबसाइट पे, उन्हें कुछ नहीं समझेगा. दैट्स द होल compatibility थिंग. एंड अबाउट 30% लोगों के पास इन इंडिया एटलीस्ट भी उनके अभी तक उनके पास इंटरनेट भी नहीं है. सो जिन्हें इंटरनेट का नॉलेज तक नहीं है वो इस टेक्नोलॉजी इस मीडियम को कैसे यूज करे. So that's one of its problem, compatibility problem. So here are some data analysis. जो एक survey, of course एक मैंने survey conduct किया तो उसमें से मुझे मिला है. So first one is, do you have any brief about what e-commerce is? So around 66.7% लोगों को आइडिया है इस बात का that what it actually is, and about 33.3% को नहीं है. So that's exactly my compatibility problem वाला thing कि मतलब आधे लोगों को पता ही नहीं है ये सब क्या होता है. सो हाँ, इट्स रियली it can be irrelevant sometimes. So second is, do you support e-commerce? And surprisingly 100% लोग are supporting this e-commerce now. So let's just move to the next slide. Data analysis 2. Do you think the e-commerce is the superior type of marketing? So of course 60% of the people or consumer think maybe, and 40% are yes. So it's a mixed reaction and it's completely fine because obviously बात है हर इंसान का अलग perspective रहता है. Second is, according to you, does e-commerce involves high risk too? So 66.7% people think yes, and 33.3% people say maybe. So yeah, that's the thing. पूरा mixed reaction है. So yeah, we can't say anything about it. So what is the conclusion? अभी इतना पूरा सर्वे इतना पूरा रिसर्च पेपर बनाने के बाद क्या कंक्लूजन मिला मुझे? So you see, e-commerce is actually convenient and is a really good, it's a really good medium of marketing. अभी ये चीज ग्रो होती जाएगी. ये देयर इज नो गोइंग बैक बिकॉज ऑफ कोर्स हम मॉडर्न होते जाएंगे तो ये चीज भी इवॉल्व होती जाएगी टाइम के साथ साथ. बट देयर आर सम नेगेटिव इफेक्ट्स टू, डिसएडवांटेजेस भी है, बहुत से प्रॉब्लम भी अराइज होते हैं इस चीज में. और प्रॉब्लम हर चीज में, लाइक ऑफ कोर्स ये बात है, बिजनेस में रिस्क प्रॉब्लम्स आते रहते हैं. बट अगर इस चीज को हम कंसिडर करें, प्रॉब्लम्स को हम कंसिडर करके इस पे काम करें, सो हाँ ये सब प्रॉब्लम्स कम हो सकती है. सो yeah, just be careful with the problems. That's the whole conclusion of the research paper, the whole PPT. So yeah, that's it. That's the whole PPT for the topic. So yeah, thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, Kunar, for presenting your research paper, and I would also like to thank upon our audience for patiently listening to the research papers and giving their valuable time to us. Now, hence, I would like to hand over the entire conference to Ritu Trivedi ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Harshil. Now, I would like to thank students who have done anchoring for the day. Thank you, Miss Ritika Sharma, Miss Bhumika Poddar, Master Ayush Singh, Master Harshil Muchala. Your efforts and contribution towards the success of this international e-conference is commendable. You guys have done a great job.